They are presenting an embassy in Arabic embassy in Sarajevo, in Bosnia, that they're going to build, and it's going to be done in 2016, and it's about 5,000 square meters. And the interesting thing about well, I will not go into details with the conflict in the Balkans, but there was, after the war, there was a lot of Arabic influence, and the Arab countries are trying to put a lot of money in the reconstruction of Bosnia, especially Sarajevo, which is the Muslim part. And you could say this is great, you know, you have a lot of money for reconstructing and so on. But about the culture, this kind of tendency and how the culture can be trying to speed down that process. It's just an example of a very interesting museum of contemporary art in Sarajevo that rejected a huge amount of money from the Arab world to build the museum. It says here, the Saudi Arabia Embassy Sarajevo, they're planning to have it in 2016.
But why did they reject the money?
It was just an example of a very strong, a museum with a very strong statement and profile. It's called Ars Aevi. It's a museum that was they started during the war in Bosnia in 1992. And they started to collect contemporary art, and they've been collecting. They have the biggest collection of contemporary art in that part of Europe, but they don't have the physical museum. So the Arab world, they wanted to come and give the money to construct it, like they give the money to construct the Saudi Arabian embassy in Sarajevo. They also wanted to construct the museum, this specific museum, that is a huge collection without building, but the museum said no. It's a very courageous, it's very strong from a museum to say no to amount of money.
That's great.
Yeah, and it's I'm comparing this museum to whatever
Yeah.
they get of suggestions.
You mean they are hookers and not just people?
How a museum and the political tendencies and how there is the relationship, and the museum actually can say no. I mean, of course, they still don't have the building, but they prefer to say no to an amount of money that from a supporter that they don't really feel comfortable about, than to have it and then be owned by the Arab
under this way,
which is not really, it's not even, maybe it's not even wrong to be owned by this Arab group. But if the contemporary museum should keep its freedom of being able to express whatever it wants, it cannot be owned by Arab country. It has to be owned by democratic funding.
That's the Goldman Sachs case, in a way, again.
Yeah, I mean, we should not even have discussing these people as drug dealers into our birthdays.
Another interesting point is in Sarajevo, where the conflict was between Arab and Christians, also. So my point is also is not surprising me that the Arab world tried to put a base there, because it was a massacre before.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I know they're doing business also, but maybe they're also trying to say, okay, we need to have power in this area, because if not, our people.
That's another discussion. That's another discussion.
It's like the Chinese in Greenland.
But it's also because it's a very fragile region. It's a very unstable and fragile, and they need money. So it's about using the situation.
Arctic. Should we go to Arctic to see something integra?